way through. What have you learned about this group through the first two games?
Well, it's about what I expected. There's been some good, some bad. Like this, I like the situation that we just went through just because you're playing the same team. And, usually when you win a game against an opponent, if you play them again, based on, what I've experienced with, playoff basketball, that team comes with an edge. And, I felt that would happen, and it did. And we're back on our heels at the start of the game. And this really, the start of the game really got us in a hole. And then we fought to, get it back and get it to 10. And then I thought we played well in the third quarter. So we had one good quarter, real good quarter of basketball. And so after the first game, I thought 35, 36 minutes of good basketball. And so we regressed. So, we have to take what happened in this game, look at it, learn from it, and make improvements.
Next question, Mark Berman, New York Post.
Hey, Tom. Obi had so much life and energy Friday. Did he look a little, as a rookie, just maybe a little less active tonight? What did you see from him?
I don't know if he was less active. I think when the ball doesn't go in for you, it can look that way. And there's, ups and downs of a season. And we have a lot of players that I think right now measure everything by how it's going offensively for them. And you can't do that in this league. There's going to be some nights in which you shoot the ball better than others. And when you don't shoot it well, you have to have the understanding that you can play well by doing other things. And also to understand what's going on in the game. I thought they were aggressive in trapping pick and rolls, and we were unwilling to get the ball out of the trap quickly and make the second pass, which would have gotten us a wide open shot. It's actually what we did in the third quarter to get better shots. And sometimes when you get two on the ball, that's what you want. And then that creates easy offense for the team. And we have to understand that. And so I think we'll work on it. We'll get better at it. And then, again, I want to look at the threes, but we were high turnover and we got to get that corrected.
Next question, Steve Popper, Newsday.
Hey, Tom, what you just mentioned about the two on the ball getting caught, it looked like Dennis got caught in that a couple times. What have you seen from him as a point guard so far these couple games and kind of where he's at right now?
Yeah, some good and some bad. And tonight, I didn't think he wasn't on the floor at the start of the game, and that's what set the tone. And so the second quarter, we got swallowed up and didn't make good plays there. So, but the third quarter I thought was better. So I think you have to be ready for everything in this league, and there's a multitude of different ways of how you could defend the pick and roll. And so we have to be ready to handle them all. And, we saw some zone tonight. We got to be ready to attack that. And usually in this league, when a player gets hot, they're going to get trapped. And then you have to play off that. And if a play is called and it's your play, doesn't mean it's your shot. It means you have the responsibility to make the play for the team. And so when we play for each other, good things happen. And that's what we have to understand. We have to make the game easy. Principle of sound offense is forcing defense to collapse, and that's got to be a priority.
Next question, Mike Borganoff, The Athletic.
Hey, Tom, it looked like a number of times you kind of pulled Dennis over after a play, or I think after the end of the first quarter there, just kind of chat with him about, I guess, something you saw on the court with what he's doing. I mean, what are you telling him in those instances, and what are you wanting to see from him in these games?
Well, when you're the point guard, you're running the team. And so the responsibility is to make sure everyone gets to the right spots. And so when guys don't do that, you don't have the outlets that are necessary to take advantage of what the defense is doing. So it really wasn't just Dennis. It was the rest of his teammates also. So that it's all tied together. And so we have to understand how important that is when a player's being trapped to get to the right spot so the outlets are easy to get the ball out of the trap. And then usually it's the second pass out of the trap where the rotation can't keep up with it. So we're just trying to get that ironed out. And we haven't had a lot of practices, but we have to be able to take things from a ballroom or a shoot around and be able to apply them to a game. And so hopefully we can learn from this and get better.
We have time for 2 more questions. Next question, Steph Bondi, New York Daily News.
Hey, Tom. I think it was 8 for 33 from beyond the arc. They even went to a 2-3 zone in the first quarter, like daring you guys to shoot sometimes. The shots weren't good in the first game either. How much of a concern is that for you right now?
Well, we look at all the shots that we take, and so when the defense does collapse and you kick it out and you make the proper rim read, those are rhythm shots. So I think we made 5 threes in the first game. We made 8 tonight, and then when you see zone, you're going to get more threes. So and it's something we have to continue to work on. And I think we have guys that are capable of making, and we're going to continue to work on it.
Last question comes from Mike Vorkanoff, The Athletic.
What did you think of Immanuel Quickley in his debut and just the type of minutes you were trying to give him?
Yeah, it was short minutes, 9-10 minutes, and I liked him. Some jitters early on, but he's not afraid. He likes to compete, and we didn't see him shoot the ball. I think he's a knockdown shooter. We'd like to see more of those. When I see him do it in practice all the time, and when he raises up to shoot, you think it's going in.
Emmanuel, just, your first game action, what was it like to be out there? How do you feel about how you did?
Individually, I feel like I did okay. I always can play better. Felt like I played hard in the minutes that I got, and I felt like as a team, we just came up a little bit short. You always want to try to go out and get a win. So for us to come up a little bit short, just looking forward to, making changes tomorrow and looking at film, seeing how we can get better.
Next question comes from Steve Popper, Newsday.
Emmanuel, I just want to know how anxious you were these, first game not getting in, and then today waiting your turn. Is it jitters there waiting for this opportunity, this first time on the court?
I think I was more excited to get into the game than anything. I haven't played organized basketball since March, maybe even March. So really just excited to get on the floor and experience my first NBA game. Couldn't ask for anything better. Just thankful to God for the opportunity.
Next question, Mark Berman, New York Post.
Hey, Emmanuel. I mean, obviously you're a great 3-point shooter. They just weren't going to let you shoot from there. It looked like they were trying to run you off the 3-point line and make you drive the ball.
Yeah, don't know if it was scouting or, obviously, you have personnel and stuff before the game. Next time, probably just having to be in a stance and get ready to try to get it off faster, or just try to get to that, second level and get to like a floater or pull up or find a teammate or something like that. So just making adjustments, but, first game for me. So, just continue to get better each and every day. It's a long season and I'm looking forward to it.
Next question, Mike Vorkanoff, The Athletic.
Hey, Emmanuel.
How you doing?
How did you find, I guess, the defensive side of the ball in the first preseason game there tonight? I know you were talking about kind of adjusting to the speed of the game, and we focus on offense a lot. But what did you think of defensively what you did?
I felt like I was pretty good. It was kind of crazy because D Rose was one of my first matchups. So that's somebody that Coach Cal coached. So for me to be able to guard him in one of my first games is really cool experience. So I'm just looking forward to all the matchups that I'll be able to have throughout the season.
Hey, Alec. It's a slow start to the game for you guys. Tom thought that really put you in a hole. Were you guys not as electric to start out the very start of the game?
I don't know about that. Just made some missed up on some reads. They got some easy legs. You know, they came out a little harder than we did. Played a little harder at the start. That's all it was. You know, we'll bounce back the next game and play hard.
Next question comes from Mike Vorkanoff, The Athletic.
Hey, Alec, how do you think that kind of the integration of the team is going so far with, you including a couple new starters and a new coach and just kind of finding, comfort in the systems and knowing all that?
It's getting better. We only had about 8 practices, 2 games. It takes time, with new players, young players getting acclimated, getting more experience. It just takes time, and a new coach and the system. It's gonna, it just takes experience with getting to know the guys, and they getting to know my game and all the other new players too. So it'll come throughout the season.
Next question comes from Mike Berman, New York Post.
Mark Berman, yes. Yeah, Alec, you got red hot in the third quarter. I mean, you really showed, this team needs outside shooting. I mean, do you feel like this is something you're going to provide all season for them, a 3-point shooter like that?
Yeah, if it's open, I'll shoot it. I don't label myself just as a 3-point shooter, but that's the right play at the right time, and I'll be more than glad to knock it down for the team, as well as my teammates would too if I pass it to them.
Next question, Ian Bagley, SNY.
Yeah, Alec, you mentioned 8 practices and 2 preseason games. How much of an offense has the coaching staff been able to put in at this point? Do you guys have everything that they want, or is that just going to be a process?
Yeah, I think it's a process. You just because you get so many rules now with the virus and getting guys being around each other, being able to play, because that's how you learn. Repetition and game experience is how you learn a new offense and get to know new players. So I think it's just going to take a little bit of time. But as we practice very hard on it, I think it'll just get better with time.
Next question comes from BJ from Knicks Digital.
Hey, Alec, Wednesday, first game at the Garden. How do you guys feel, heading into home finally?
I'm excited. I know the rest of my teammates excited because I love playing the Garden and to be a Knick, I think it's just going to be amazing. Fans or no fans, I still can't wait for the moment.
Next question comes from Mark Berman, New York Post.
Hi, Alec. You guys are out in Detroit for the last few days. What was the experience with the rules and everything? What was the oddest of the rules because of the virus?
I was in a bubble, so I'm kind of used to it. But I know it's trying to adjustment to players that wasn't in the bubble. But I was adjusted to it. Just stay around your teammates, basically stay around the staff. Don't go no places you ain't supposed to be at.
Hey RJ, Coach talked about the start of the game just kind of not being there. You guys not being ready for it. Did you feel something that they came out a little harder than you guys, or what happened at the start there?
Yeah, they played harder than us. At the beginning of the game. Yeah, there's not much else I could say besides that.
Next question comes from Steph Bondi, Daily News.
Hey, RJ, you've been real aggressive, going to the basket, scoring the ball, 25 points today, obviously. Is this what you kind of expect for yourself this season?
I just want to make, the right plays. Been watching a lot of film. I'm having too many turnovers. I'm going to try to, make the right play so that the team could be successful. It doesn't matter if I score or get a hockey assist or get the assist. It doesn't matter.
Next question comes from Ian Bagley, SNY.
RJ, I know it's only been 2 preseason games, but does anything about the game feel different, look different for you second year now when you would compare this to where you were at your first year?
It's a little slower. I'm a little more comfortable, kind of know what to expect a little more. I feel like, you kind of know how certain, teams, certain coaches, what their schemes are going to be. So, just really getting more comfortable.
Next question comes from Mike Vorkanoff, The Athletic.
Hey, RJ. It seemed like you were, as you were saying, kind of more comfortable running on the pick and roll, being on the ball. From all the work that you did in the offseason and the film study, like, was that a point of emphasis for you? Was just the playmaking side of things?
Yeah, I do. I need to do a lot better job. You know, my teammates are ahead of me. You know, in great positions. I need to do a better job of, you know, getting into them. Like I said, I had too many turnovers. You know, that kills the team. So I'm just gonna try to, you know, get back to watching film again to try to, you know, help my teammates out more.
Next question comes from BJ from Knicks Digital.
Hey RJ, first game back at the Garden on Wednesday. How are you guys feeling?
Always love playing in the Garden. You know, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be different with no fans, but you know, playing in the Garden itself is a great experience. So I'm definitely excited.
Next question comes from Steph Bondi, Daily News.
Hey RJ, the 3-point shot for you, is that something you expect to be falling as the season goes along?
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. Just got to play basketball. You know, if the shot's there, take it. Like I said, I've been trying to make the right reads, the right place, so I'm not worried about it at all.